Hi everybody, this is TJ Wolf and I'm going to be doing an Arch installation guide, and some of these I'm going to be using some scripts from midfingr and and I kind of modified them, so I have them on my GitLab page. I'll have all the links in the description. So let's get started. First, what you want to do is go over to the archlinux.org website and download the ISO either by torrent link or the mirrors down below. Whichever fastest for you. So I've already done that and got the latest ISO. So let's get started. So I downloaded the PDF file from my GitLab page. So let's if you're first thing you want to do is boot up the ISO. So since I'm running this in VirtualBox for demonstration, I'll show you my settings. The advanced settings right here I have is on that, and then the display settings for video memory, I cranked that all the way up and I put it on VBox VGA, and then enable 3D acceleration if you're installing this in a VirtualBox. And then that's about it. So let's just start the ISO. And it'll start like this, and then the first thing I do is hit tab, and then I hit VGA equals 791, and we'll get a screen that comes up. So right now we're booted in the Arch Linux ISO, and then what we want to do now is what I do, that's in my guide, is set font ISO 02 -12x 22, and then this will make it so you guys can read it easier. So what next thing you want to do is ping the ISO. So ping, oops, if I can type, ping, and then archlinux.org. And you can ping whatever, and then Control C. So we got an internet connection is what you need. If you don't have an internet connection, you might have to download the wireless stuff first to get an internet. It'll be in the list of my guide. So now that we have an internet, we want to go to do pacman -S YY, and this will set the mirrors and update them. So once that's done, I like to grab a few things. And reflector. Whoops. That's space reflector and get. So we'll install these. We're installing reflector for the mirrors and get so we can pull down the script. So next what we want to do is git clone https gitlab.com and tjwolf 0lf and then pre underscore arch underscore install. And that's up. So next what we want to do is we're gonna set the mirrors. So now what we want to do is ch, and if you don't have I put the list in the guide on where to go if you need to change something. So if you need to find your country, you can go to the what I specified. So we're gonna go chmod plus x pre underscore arch underscore install and then slash mirrors and then we're gonna chmod this script and then you can nano that. We can nano that to see what nano this, and it's United States. And if you live in a different country, you'll have to change that. So I put where to go if you live in a different country than the United States, but for me it's United States. So we're just gonna run this script right here. And it did what I wanted it to do, which listed the fastest mirrors and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, which I put. And you can see what it did there. So you can change that to whatever number you want. The 7 you can see right there on the screen. So next thing is what we want to do is we're going to partition the drive. Now some people don't like using fdisk, but I've always used fdisk because I only use root. I don't use a swap or anything else, just root. So yeah, so now what we want to do is find that out. We do fdisk. Oh, whoops. What did I do? Whoops. Okay, I gotta fix this 1 second. What did let's see. Okay, let me open this back up. Okay, so what we want to do, not sure what happened here. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to do fdisk. Oh, I did it again. Well, I fixed it now. Okay, we want to do fdisk /l, and this will give us, this will show us the boot, the partition that we want to make. So now what we want to do is we're going to do okay, fdisk, no. Okay, I had to put this, let's see. We want, okay, fdisk. Sorry about that. I keep going to the second monitor if in case guys are wondering why not doing anything. So then we do fdisk think fdisk, trying to see, did I, okay, the SDA. So this shows you the partition, and then now we're gonna, okay, now this is what we want. So we're gonna go to fdisk, and then we're gonna delete the -l, and we're gonna press this 4 times. So we're gonna go, it's gonna ask us, okay, and then we're gonna press we want to do command okay, now we want to press N, and then it's gonna ask you, we just want to press enter. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then we're gonna do W. And if you guys I'm just using root. So if you guys wanted to add a swap or something, or a boot partition, you guys wouldn't do this. So you hit W and then it's gonna write it. So it says the partition table has been altered and everything's good right now. So now what we want to do is we're gonna go and list it out again. So we're gonna do fdisk. Oh man, we're going to do keeps forgot to switch it to the other monitor. We're gonna do fdisk /l and then we're gonna do dev sda 1 no sorry sda, and you can see we have the partition made there. So now what we're gonna do is we want to mount the file system. So we're gonna do mount dev to SDA 1. No, that's wrong. Sorry guys. I was looking at the wrong command here. It's now we want to format the partition. My mistake. mkfs.ext 4, and then we're gonna go to dev SDA 1 and it's righted. Okay, so now the next one is mount. So we want to mount it now. Dev SDA. Whoops, I can type here. SDA 1. And then we want to do it to /mnt. Okay, and then we want to do a list. I think okay, now we want to do a ls, I think. Is that what I did before? ls -la. No, that's not what we want to do. I'm trying to. I'm trying to think. Oh no, okay, so I made a mistake. Sorry guys. We want to ls mnt, and that's what we wanted to see. So now what we want to do is we want to install the base package. So that's going to be pack strap to -mn/mnt base and base devel. Okay. So now what is it doing? It's getting the base packages from Arch and the base devel packages. So it's installing the Arch base pretty much. So after this, if you have any HDD or SSD to mount, after it's done, now you can mount whatever hard drive you want. So at this point, when it gets finished after this, what I do is I copy the script pre-arch installed to /mnt because we'll need it down the road, because that's where all the scripts are. So let's see, whoops. Okay, so that's done, and now we're going to let me put this over here 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Let's put that right. Okay. So let's yeah, we're gonna copy. So copy -r pre underscore arch dash install to mnt. So now after I copied the script, we want to generate the FStep to the location it needs to go. So we're going to configure the FStep. So we're going to do gen fs tab /mnt, and then the arrows right below your keyboard, K and L. You're gonna hit shift for these two arrows going that way, right. And then we're going to do space slash mnt and then slash etc slash FStep. And then that's right. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to we can cat that with CAT and we can see that it's correct. Format, this is how you want it. So now let's clear that, and now we're gonna go into chroot, and to do that we're gonna do arch dash chroot to slash mnt. And we're in chroot. So now what we want to do is we can ls that. So ls, and you can see we basically got our structure here for the arch. It's not complete. We still got some things that we have to do. So what we have to do next is we're going to set the root password and generate the locale. So I gave the I'm looking at the guide right here, so if I'm kind of slow, you know why. So sorry about that, you'll have to bear with me. This is an arch install. So what we want to do now is, let's see what we so we want to type PASSWD, and this we're setting the root password. So I'm gonna give it the password I want, and then you have to type it again, and successful. So after setting the root password, we're gonna go nano etc locale .gen, and we wanna comment out our, and if we page down a couple of times, we want to get to en, and I think I went down too far. So let's see, en, let's see. Okay. Right up here. So I usually comment out this this one here and this one here. That's what I do at least. So we're gonna go to write this out with Control O, enter, and then exit with Control X, and then we're gonna clear that with Control L, and then now we want to generate that, and we generate that with locale -gen, and it generates what we did in that file there. So now what we want to do is we want to you don't have to do this, but this is an extra step I like to do. So we're gonna go, I go to locale, and then that arrow again, and then /etc dash locale .conf, and then this just makes it cleaner. So we can look to see what that did with CAT, and we can see what that did. So what I do now is I nano this, and where it's missing in ls, I usually just put this in there, us.utf/8, and I usually save it. I usually make sure it's all like that. So let's Control O, write it out, X, and we're done for the locale. The next thing we need to do is set our password. We need to edit the sudo. We will edit the sudo. So what we want to do is, whoops, I did it again. editor editor equals nano. Wait a minute, is this right? Okay, yeah, this is right. Okay, editor nano VISUDO, and we're going to be in the sudos file. And what I like to do is, so it doesn't so it doesn't ask for a password. Let's see, we're gonna go down where it says no password, and we're just going to comment this line out. That's so it doesn't ask for a password. So hit the next step. So we want to write this out with Control O, and then Control L to clear that. And then the next step is we want to enable our internet, because we don't have internet right now in the Arch. We're in the Arch system, so we want to do system ctl enable DH, and this is if you're on an Ethernet line. If you're not using Ethernet line, I did put how to enable wireless in my guide, so everything is in here. DH CPCD. So we enabled the symlink for the internet, just so if we restart, we'll have internet when we restart, or if we log out or log back in, we'll have internet. So we'll clear that, and then now we will take a look at the GitLab stuff that I actually put GitHub in here. You can actually get these scripts, this script, I have them in my account on GitHub too. You just gotta change GitLab to GitHub or GitLab, whichever one you want to use. I'm switching over to GitLab slowly, but it doesn't really matter which one you use. I find GitLab better, in my opinion. So what we want to do now is we want to ls pre underscore arch install, and we're just looking at these files. We have base, which then installs well, I can nano the stuff when we use it. I got a base NV for Nvidia users. I got Bumblebee. I put a Bumblebee script for Bumblebee users. Of course, I think you gotta use that script when you're done in the environment. I'm not sure if that script works totally, because I think it needs a package from Yay or the AUR. I'm not sure where it needs a package from, but I do have a package. I do have a script for Yay. It's in the other script I have. I'll be showing later. So what we're gonna do next is we need to add a user. So we're going to do I can nano it now. Nano pre arch install user, and I just hit tab to hit the complete. So this is what the script looks like. Oh, I went down far. And bin bash, and then this is where your name would be. So you can put whatever name you want in here. Or you can set whatever groups you want or change this. These scripts can be changed to whatever you like. So I'm not gonna change it. So what we want to do now is we have to chmod this script. So we're going to chmod plus X and space like that. So we have it. So it's chmod, and then we run it like this. I just hit up arrow to get that command back again, and then I just deleted what we need. So this is what you're gonna do to run it. So if it doesn't work, we'll get an error, but if it does, we won't get an error. So you'll see in a second. So it worked. So it'll came back like that. So the script worked. So now what we want to do is, we know if the script worked, so pass wd, and then you just type the username that we want, which is TJ. And then you'll set the password. So I'll set complicated password, and then we type it again, and we're saved. We added a user, so it's as simple as that. So now what we want to do, we're going to move stuff and install some things we need. So we're going to take a look at this other script, nano slash pre-arch install /chroot /post, and then you can see what this has in it and where it's gonna be moved to. So if you guys run these scripts, you guys will need to be changed where it says TJ in these file. You'll have to change it to the username you made right down here. So you'll have to change it. You might have to change the path to where they need to go a little bit, but it should be fine. You probably just need to change. Shouldn't just need to change the name. So what this is gonna do is, now what we want to do is we're going to chmod this again plus X, and then we're gonna run this like that. And run, and it's gonna install the stuff that it should install that's in there, and we're good. So yeah, that's the only file. You will get this error because it's already, I'm pretty sure, where it says make directory cannot create a directory root. That's fine. That's gonna fail every time because it's already made. If it wasn't already there, it would put the file that it needs in there, so that's fine. So we did that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the host name for the network. So what we want to do now is we're gonna go echo, and then your name that you want for the host name. So in this case, you can name, and I will add a separate video for the host name on how to do it manually when you're in a desktop environment. That'll be a short video because the host name's easy to find, but for you guys that don't know how to do this and don't want to do it like with scripts, I'll show you guys how to find your host name and edit. So now that you do echo and then the name that you want, I want, so say I'll put whatever host name in here. So echo, say you have I'll put arch just for this demonstration, and then the arrow /etc, oh wait, space /etc, and then host name. So we can check that again with cat, and you can see there's our host, that's where the host name is found. You can edit this file as root or sudo if you do whatever root privileges you have. You can change it to whatever you want. So now that we got our host name, we want to we want a nano etc. We have to make some edit hosts. We want to nano this. We want to edit this file for a minute, so we want to edit this. So we just want to change this. This is in my guide too, so we're going to change this to what the host name is, arch. And if you change your host name, you want to change it in here too. So we're going to go Control O, enter. These are simple scripts. I think they have a new host file in Arch. But I left it the same. It doesn't really matter how you change it if it works. Um, they tell you to set it up differently, but I think it's a newer way, um, which I will show. If you guys want to know, if you guys want to follow the straight installation guide on Arch, you guys can follow DistroTube, as he puts out a lot of great videos. So if you don't like the way that I'm doing it, then you can follow his way. And if you don't want any scripts and whatnot, he's got a really awesome guide on Arch. So anyway, let's finish up here after we're done with the hosts. If your host is empty by now, I did list how to put it in. So what we want to do now is we can list, that's ls/la and /pre_arch, and then underscore install, and then slash there, and then we can see what's been what moved and what not in here. So okay, so some files have been, we can do it like this and see the directory and stuff. And there we have it. So now what we want to do is this, if you have this will install, if you have Nvidia, you'll need to install it. I put the package for it. I'll have to check this package though. I'm not sure if I edited it or if it still works, but so now what we want to do is pre_arch install, and then /base, and this is already chmoded, so you just have to hit enter. And I did edit this, I can tell. So for you guys that install have to install Nvidia, so in my guide it says this is just the massa and stuff. So, and I think it works with AMD cards too, but for Nvidia users you will have to install the Nvidia stuff at this point. I didn't really get around to doing a script for Nvidia, but if anybody needs help, there's a lot of stuff, guides and stuff that can help. So, yeah, so it'll tell you that, this command installed some Intel stuff if you have Intel processor and stuff. So, yeah, I talk about the Bumblebee script that I have, and so the next thing what we have to do is, since I don't use an Nvidia card anymore on this computer, I have an AMD card, so since we're in VirtualBox, I have to get I have to install VirtualBox stuff, but you guys won't need this script if you're not in VirtualBox. So what we have to do is I can nano this. Whoops. Keep nano to show you arch underscore install slash base underscore VBox. So here is the stuff that it requires for in VirtualBox. We're gonna enable the VBox service and install the VirtualBox guest utils. So first we have to chmod this, so we're going to do chmod plus x, and then we're going to run this, and it tells you which one we want number 2. You can get the DKMS, but a lot of people just go with number 2, so we want number 2, so we don't want DKMS. And it started, enabled the service and did the symlink as we asked it to in the VirtualBox. So now the next step is we're almost done. Thank God. You're probably saying, God, he's done. So what we can do now is we're done with the pre-arch script that I had. So we're going to keep doing that. rm/r pre_arch install and it's going to remove the script. So if I ls that, you can see it's gone, everything we have in there. So pretty much we have a full arch install now. The only thing we have to do is we have to install the grub and OS Prober if you're running Windows. We're not running Windows on VirtualBox, so we're just going to install grub. So pacman dash capital S and grub. So now that we installed grub, now we want to do mk init cpio. This command reminds me of 3CPO from Star Wars. CPO. Okay. And then slash p, lowercase p, and then Linux. And that's the command that we need. So it's going to run through this command, and you'll always get these warnings right here, no matter what. That's normal. So it's done. Now we want to install grub to our partition, or where our partition our drive. So if you remember, what we did in the beginning is located, it was SDA1, so grub, we want to install grub, we want to do grub install, and then the location of the drive. We don't want the partition, we want to have SDA, just SDA, not SDA1, not SDA2, not SDA3, just SDA is where our hard drive or SSD is, says that it's on. So we're going to hit enter, and it's going to come back, installation for finished, no errors reported. That's good, it's installed. So another thing I like to do is nano / etc default / grub, and then down here where it says grub GFX, right here, mode, auto, we're gonna set this to, well, you can set it to whatever boot grub you want, but in this case we're gonna set it to the 1024x768 since we're in VirtualBox. But if you were on your computer, I think you would set it to 1920 by 1080 or whatever resolution you wanted, pretty much. So now we're just going to save this, and the next one is the script that we have. It's been moved. I can show you what script it is. It's ls actually /la. I think it's in here. I don't see it in here, but I think it's a It's actually a command. It's a, no, that's right. It's not a script. Sorry. It's a alias. I gotta change that. It's not a script. It's an alias. So what we're gonna do is up slash grub, and this updates the grub as so. So you can see it updates. It's done. So now that's it. That's it for the most part. Arch Linux is installed. So now we can exit chroot. We're gonna exit. We're gonna do exit chroot. And we're back in the ISO as before. Now we want to unmount /mnt dash capital R. We're gonna unmount, and we're done. We're in the ISO. So now what we have to do is, since we're in the VirtualBox, we have to power off. So we're gonna do power off, and we're we done with the Arch install pretty much. So let's go to storage and remove the media. So now we can start it back up, and we can see we have a grub screen, and it's gonna log us into our Arch install. Now this is the normal Arch install. There's no graphic environment, no desktop environment, none of that. We had to install that. So to install is what the user we made. So remember, I made my name TJ, and then the password we put, and there we go. And we're in. So there's some stuff, some other scripts I like to some other scripts I like to get, and so forth. So let me do that now. We're gonna do git clone https and // getlab.com /tjw0lf /arch /extra install so it's downloaded, so you can see this is where it is right now. So for this I can nano that for you guys. Nano arch extras slash install. And what this, oh, I forgot one. INS. So what this is gonna do is this is gonna copy some stuff over, and it's going to give us the folders we need for our desktop environment. So let's close this out, and we have to chmod this. So chmod plus x, and then we're gonna run it. Like so. Okay, of course. I did it wrong. We're in they're going root, so let's we have to do this again, so arch x. Those files didn't copy over because we needed to be in root, so install INS. So there we go. And it's updating what files we need to update, and it copied those files over, and it's installing what needs to be done, so you can guys see. So now we're just gonna go to exit, and then if we do an ls, well, it's still there. Let's exit. Okay, so let's log back in. So let's see what, no, it doesn't show us. It doesn't show us our home directory, but we should have the necessary stuff. So now all we have to do is install the desktop, what desktop environment you want, and display. So I'm just gonna do it now so I don't have to make another video. So what we're gonna do is pack for alias, pack xfce4, and then xfce4 dash goodies. So because I want xfce4, so xfce, so we're gonna hit all, and all, we want everything. So there we go. And it's installing the xfce environment. So that's done. So the XFC stuff is done. That was quick. With the mirror list that we edited and stuff in the beginning. So now what we want to do is get the display. So sudo pack. I think this might be the wrong command. Not sure. No confirm. And then can't see if those are 2 slashes or I think these are 2 slashes. Let me go back. Okay. So we're gonna do sudo pack like dm and we want light dm gtk greeter, and then we want light dm slash gtk greet settings and okay, I did. Yeah. Let's go back. I think I forgot we don't need the sudo, I don't think. Yeah, we don't need the sudo, so that's right. So it installed light DM and light DM GTK greeter and light DM greeter settings, which we need. If you want a desk login manager, if you don't want a login manager, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this real quick to show you that everything works. So now that we did that, we want to do sudo system ctl enable light dm dot service and then we're gonna do sudo system ctl again and set default graphic graphical dot target, spelled that wrong, target. Okay, so we're done. So now everything's all done. So I will show you. We will reboot. And I'll show you that we're in the Arch install. So we are in the Arch install. We're here in the Arch install. 1414 XFC, and you get the bleeding edge XFC. So that is the Arch install, everybody. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you very much, and bye.